Hey guys, this is Tanner from the Elite Gaming Review, and I'm here doing my first tutorial on Redstone. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. Alright, here we have redstone dust. This is the basic material for any redstone circuitry or whatever you want. Here we have redstone torches. It's a torch with redstone instead of coal on top, and these are your power sources. Here we have a lamp. It lights up and unlights. Pretty simple. Here we have our redstone repeaters, and I'll tell you more about them later on. Here we have, of course, our piston, note block, and sticky piston. Now, we're going to get those in a later episode. First off, I just want to say, if you guys have any questions or have any contraptions you want me to take a look at and do for you, then just give me a message on the TGR channel, and I'll get to those as soon as I can. But for now, let's go ahead and get into this. Here's 11 iron door. Alright, so first basic of redstone is that torches power wire, which power blocks, which in turn powers the torches. Any torches that are on that block will turn off when the block is powered. So if we put a, let's say, that is in binary, it'd be 1, make that be 0, or whatever, or make that be 0. So another way to power blocks would be to put a torch right underneath it. That's going to make that block powered and make the torch powered on top. So another way to power blocks is a button. A button will power the block for a short amount of time and then unpower it. Levers are pretty similar, except for the fact that once you flip it, it will keep that way until you flip it back. Here we have our pressure plates. Both these pressure plates, when stepped on, will power the redstone. But the difference between them is on the wood pressure plate, you can throw something on top of it and it will power it. Whereas on the stone one, not so much. Alright, so that's that. And here we get to our repeaters. Repeaters are pretty interesting because they delay the inputs you give it. As you can see, they can have a tick from a delay from 1 tick, barely noticeable. It's 2 ticks, 3 ticks, and 4 ticks. That'll make it however many half seconds, or about a half a second, I guess. So what's another interesting thing about repeaters is that you can line them up and make make it delay even longer. And that's also a way to get some interesting light shows if you feel like it. Now, another thing you need to know about redstone before we get into more complicated stuff is that it can only power through 15 blocks of redstone before it actually is not effective. So it'll go, and it'll get to this one, and as long as that last one is feeding into a block, that block can be powered. This one has 16 blocks, and the 16th one is leading into the block, and we will see that when we power it, it doesn't turn on. You can see the redstone dimming down, going, and it stops. So that's that. Now, one way to pass this is if you use a repeater in the middle. The repeater resets the amount of blocks it can go to 15, and it also delays it by however much. So as you can see, with the repeater in the middle, it can go all the way down here. So that is it for our first tutorial on redstone, and I'll see you next time.